Hi, welcome back to Cross Stitch the Globe. My name is Stephanie and this is a channel about cross stitch. And if you like cross stitch organization videos, this one is for you because I'm in the middle of making my master set. And when I filmed, Allison and I filmed our whip parade, and when I did that, I pulled out a lot of stuff from project bags. But I wasn't super systematic with it, so I'm gonna go through. I have my laptop. I'm gonna go through and as many project bags as I can in like the next hour or so and pull out DMC unless I determine that the DMC needs to be in that project bag, like there was a die lot issue where like I'm using vintage DMC, or there's a couple projects I'm going to keep fully kitted because I think those projects will take me so long that there will be die lot issues in the future. So anything that doesn't fall into that category, I'm going to pull out the DMC. I also have a better handle on what projects I'm going to be working on the rest of the year. So if I find scissors or hoops, I think I got most of those out when I did my project or my whip parade. But just in case, I'm going to get all those out. And then in this video, so the stuff I pull out, I'm just going to throw in a bag. But if I decide that something is staying in a bag, I want to have a note. Train's going by. I want to have a note of like which project bags have DMC still in them. I won't have time to like decide, you know, like to go through my list, but my master spreadsheet of like what DMC I have. I won't be able to update that today, but I will at least want to know like, okay, here are the 10 project bags or whatever that have DMC in them, so I can go back later and do that. Let me give you a little update about the state of my master set. So Allison and I decided at the beginning of in my 2025 goals and plans video, Allison and I both decided that we would have building a DMC master set as part of our goal for the year. I have mostly vintage, but like this much DMC, just as loose skeins. And so kitting things up was always really annoying because this stuff is organized but not like that organized. I'll show you guys in a minute. And so kitting things up and then having them be in their own bags, I just feel like I must have 90% of a full set here. And so I want it in a master set. You guys have, but then Allison told me she actually is done with her master set because once she put all of her bobbins back in order and took stuff out of project bags and stuff because she's been stitching so long, she was only missing a few and they went and picked those up on Sunday. So she doesn't need me anymore. So I was thinking, I was talking to somebody yesterday, they're like, what are you doing for your birthday? I was like, I don't know, organizing DMC, like kind of as a joke because, you know, like it's my birthday, but it was my birthday, but I'm still like a mom with little kids. So I'm still like here, you know, like we went over to my parents and I have celebrated my birthday a lot. It's not like I didn't, but, you know, as far as like what would be exciting, well, having a full DMC set ready to go would be kind of exciting because I started 3 things in July and so far all 3 of those things have been annoying where I couldn't find enough of the early, like the colors I needed at the beginning easily to get started and hit my goals. So all 3 of those projects are started, but none of them I could like keep going on. And so I was like, you know what, let me just work on this. So you guys had seen already me put together this. Now this was all the DMC that were on floss drops and project bags, like labeled in order. So I've been stitching off these, and if a color is on here, it's been really great. So there's like 150 skeins in this. But my actual goal is to get a full bobbin set because as much as I like floss drops, I don't like making them, and I would never have a master set if I had to sit down and really make that many floss drops. So I'm going back to bobbins. I'm going back to bobbin boxes. So this is all the bobbins that I had pulled out, either the bobbins that were already here or all the bobbins that I pulled out during my whip parade prep. And I went through last night and I put them all in the right boxes and I organized them by order. And then this morning on my spreadsheet checked off which one. So now I have a spreadsheet that says which DMC I have on a bobbin, or if I have multiple bobbins. I don't have that many duplicate bobbins, but I have like a few. So it says like how many bobbins I have of a color, how many floss drops I have of a color. So I know if I look at the spreadsheet where to go, because I'm going to keep, I can't rebobinate this. I'm just going to keep this and use this until, but like I won't replace the color in this. So like, for example, whenever this 807 is done, I will just use an 807 bobbin, but I'm going to, you know, I'm not going to waste as much floss. So, so last night and today, I put those all in order. I put these back in order because they had gotten a little messed up. And I went through my spreadsheet and I notated every color that I had. And then I also have these two floss drop rings that were stuff that got pulled from project bags that I have not gone through that process on because I sold a bunch of these floss drop types, but I didn't sell, I owned 600 and I sold 500, so I didn't take it off every floss drop that was like that, so I still need to finish this. But I did go ahead and mark on my spreadsheet if a color is here that I have it on a floss drop. And I did the same thing for this. This is actually like my favorite kind of floss drop. They're just Lori Holt, but there's something about them. I really enjoy using them. But I re-put these back in order because these had gotten put in different project bags. And I put on my spreadsheet if a color was here. So the next step with these is to get them on cardboard tags, but I'm out, so that's why I'm not doing that project today. I need to get more cardboard tags. And I'll also get to know, are there any other floss drops hidden in bags? How many cardboard tags do I really need? So once I do that, I will put these in these order, and then that'll be great for floss drops, and then slowly over time, the floss drops will go away, but probably, honestly, never completely, because there'll just be some colors I never fully use up, but I'm not going to make more floss drops. So that's floss drops. Now, as far as the bobbins go, they're all in here. They're all in order. I found these bobbins and these bobbins are unlabeled. For some reason, I wound a bobbin that I didn't put a label on. It's not like the label sticker came off of them. It's like they were all in one project on a floss ring without numbers because they were in Flosstube bags. And then I took them out of the Flosstube bags last night and didn't notice that they didn't have numbers. So those 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bobbins. Well, one day I will figure out what their colors are, but for now they're just kind of off to the side. And then this is how many unused bobbins I have. So I would like to also get a handle on how many I need to purchase, because at one point I had enough for a full set, and then I gave a bunch of them to Allison because I wasn't doing bobbins. So I don't want to over purchase bobbins or price tag or like these card tag things. So I want to get a handle on like how many do I really have. So how many do I need? Because I will use like isopropyl alcohol, and I will use the like magic erasers to clean them off. And then I bought, no, I was gifted. They were a gift. DMC labels from one of you guys. And so I have those to put on as soon as I'm ready. But I'm not ready to do that yet. So that's the organized DMC. And then there's still some unknown quantity in project bags. And then these are my overflow boxes. So close to when I started stitching, a friend in Ohio sent me, well, her sister sent me a ton of DMC, and I organized them pretty well. And so in these boxes, but I had not really organized stuff that got put in after. So this is all of the DMC that is 700 through the 3800s that I pulled out of project bags. So I have these boxes organized like this. Like I made my own floss away bags. I would not suggest doing this. This was very time consuming and stupid. But now that I have it, I'm going to leave it. So I don't have every number on here because I just have the numbers of stuff that I had at the time that I made them. So I'm going to go through here. Okay, so once I know what's in the boxes and on floss drops and what I need, Then I can come in here and organize these boxes and say, what do I have as loose skeins? Put that in my spreadsheet, and then I can slowly over time move things from skeins to bobbins. So that is kind of where I am. So this, it's so stupid, but if I had like known like from the jump that I was gonna get so into cross stitch, I would have like, you know, just like bought one skein of every color and organized it well. But now I'm dealing with like a mishmash of multiple systems and changing my mind and stuff. This is all the so these are the skeins I found last night that were 0 through the 600s, and then they're floss rings. So like, but I need to do it because there are some colors like 434. Like, because of the way that I got the vintage stuff, a lot of it was like someone who embroidered, so they had so many of the same colors. Like, I never need to buy 350. I never need to buy 311, but I don't know, you know, if I have a bobbinated skein of it. So the goal for today is just to get stuff out of project bags, so then I can go back to putting stuff in on the floss strings and in the bobbin boxes. Then I will, not today, but then I will organize the loose skeins back into like the correct bags. And if I have to make bags, I kind of by the end was just like, if I didn't have a bag for something, like I have like an 800s envelope and a 700s envelope, I'll probably just do that. Because I'll have in my spreadsheet how many I have. So like if the spreadsheet says I have 7 loose skeins of 844 and there's no 844 bag, I'll know just to go to the 844 envelope. At that point, I'm not stressed. But right now, like, could I pick up a whip and know that the DMC is within reach? No, I couldn't. Okay. So that is where my master set is. And a few stats before we jump into these bags. Okay, so I put my spreadsheet. If you can tell me what Real Housewife that was in the comments, you'll get a sticker if you're correct. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I gotta finish pulling them out of the project bags. Move the floss drops to cardboard. Label, you know, figure out how many bobbins I need. Label them all. Clean the ones that are like that have Sharpie on them before I put the label on them. Organize the extra skeins and then bobbinate the missing skeins. Like, as I'm organizing the extra skeins, I'll pull out the missing skeins and put them aside to bobbinate. Total DMC, the spreadsheet I found, if you don't count like the colorists and the variegateds, which I'm not, I will consider myself having a master set of DMC without having those because I've only ever seen one of those called for. I know they do get called for, but to me, if I was going to pick up a variegated floss, a DMC, I would feel like it was more like, that would be more of like a kitty net process of like picking it out and stuff. So for me, if I get all the main colors that aren't the variegateds, okay, well, you know what? So I'm not going to stress the color variations, the colorists, or the variegateds. I know there's a few variegateds on this list that are, okay, so this says there's 515 colors that are not like a special category. So that's, okay, so of the 515 colors, I have 175 on known organized bobbins, 190 on known organized floss drops, or those 2 little extra floss drop rings. So that means that I have, I can't just add those together because some, I do have like a like floss drop and a bobbin of some colors, not a lot, but there are some where I have both. But I have, I'm actually missing 243 colors, which means, okay, I mean, this is saying that means I am 53% complete on my master set. That doesn't, I don't know how the number went down. I'm not, okay, one second. Okay, I used to be a math teacher. I'm not dumb. I'm just like having like a moment. Okay, so if there's 515 colors and I'm missing 243 of them, That means that I have 272 of them. And 272 divided by 515 is 53%. I must have put the formula in wrong earlier. Okay, anyway, I have 53% of a master set complete, which is great because like of the 3 projects I started, I could go now and stitch more easily on all 3 of them because now I do have enough more colors that there's something I could easily count to continue. But obviously that's not a master set. It's 53% of a master set. And I feel like in here is like 40%, but that there are going to be some of the random colors that I don't have. So, okay, so let's dive in to pulling stuff out of project bags. I have my spreadsheet here. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to mark the colors that I'm finding. I'm just going to stuff them in this tote bag that I've been using to keep stuff in. I'm also going to pull out scissors and hoops and things that, like, if I'm not going to stitch on a whip for a long time, it doesn't need to have anything in the bag. I'm not going to show you the projects or whatever except to chit chat a little bit. And I'm really just double checking my work from the whip braid. One down. Just really checking my work from the whip braid to make sure I didn't leave anything behind that I want now that I'm taking the process of getting these organized very seriously. So fancy flosses are going to stay in their project bag, but like, oh, and I will sometimes leave the scissors in if, like in this situation, like what I want is to have enough scissors and hoops available that I can go work on something if I want to. But if it's a situation where like the scissors perfectly match the project bag and I wouldn't want them ever to be separated, then I will just go ahead and leave them. Okay, normally I don't keep patterns in project bags, but I'm gonna leave these in here because they are not, I don't have any working copy or scans yet. And these are like stuff that I got at StitchCon, like 2 projects from StitchCon. So once I finish Black and Sky, I'm gonna be working on those more. Okay, this was a gift project bag. And I want to have the stuff, the gifts that were in it available to put in other things. And I want the project bag in the pile of non-used project bags so I can use it. So I'm going to put that over here. What is this? Oh, okay. So like here, this project bag, I'm going to take out the cable tie, but I'm going to leave the Owl Forest flosses in there. All right, good. Well, we're finding more things than I thought we might find. We might find already. So that is good. There is going to be a lot of zipping. All right, I'm going to leave this in here. I would think you would expect a video about dekitting to include opening and closing project bag. All right, there's nothing else in there. Perfect. I was having like an existential crisis, like if I take all this stuff out of the project bags, then why have project bags? But it's like, it's in a bag so that when, well, 1, if I have fancy flosses or something, they need to be in there. But 2, when I go back to it, then I have a place to put everything in it. So, okay, so here's an example. This is Fairy Flora. This was one of my first Mirabilias. I don't know if she'll become like a focus anytime soon, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave her stuff intact. 1, I love these scissors on this bag. We're gonna leave that. What is in here? Oh, okay. I'm gonna take out the 1 billion wonder clips that are sitting in here though. She doesn't even have a. I'll take out this whole box. Okay. I'll take out the box and the needle minder. I should have a box to put needles. I'm probably not going to stitch on her anytime soon, but like her Kreinik is going to stay. The project's obviously going to stay. And then because this is a Mirabilia that is already kitted like this, it's going to take me a really long time to stitch. I'm going to go ahead and just leave her flosses in her bag. I did dekit some Mirabilias. I can't tell you if there's like a rhyme or reason as to why I'm decutting some and not others. I actually think, actually I'm going to take the floss out because I think she would be totally fine. Like, I don't think I'm going to run into dilute issues. Like, if you're talking about, like, shading and stuff, all I've really stitched on her so far are, like, shades of pink. So I'm going to go ahead and reclaim all this floss. Ooh, a lot of that's bobbins, too, that will go right in my bobbin case. So, yeah. She will be fine. I'm trying not to be, you know, if I run into 1 or 2 dilute issues in the course of all of these projects because of this exercise, that's okay. All right, Alforest flosses that are staying in. The project, what's in this Notions pouch? Oh, scissors and, oh, okay, so I'm going to reclaim the scissors. This came in an Alforest kit. So I'm going to keep the kit needle minder in there. The back of the needle minder isn't there, so well, that is a problem for another day. But I show my project bags all the time, so I'm not going to stop and talk about them today specifically, but if there's one you're interested in, feel free to ask. I do list them. Like, if I show a project bag in a video, I tend to stop and show and say who the maker is. Okay, reclaiming this needles and needle box, little needle tin. So the only thing in here is your project. I have so many bags. It's like if I want to do this in an hour, I actually have to go quite fast. Okay, this is Adia the Garden Fairy, and I actually want to talk about her for 1 second. I am actually going to leave the needle tin and the needle minder in here because I feel like they're just like perfectly themed to the bag. But I'm actually going to take this project out. I have decided that I want to restart her on like a green that she's ghosting so much, and I just don't think it's going to get that much better. And even though I love this fabric for her, I think I've only done like 1,000 stitches in her, and I want to restart her. So I'm going to move her out to reclaim that fabric, and then, oh, I'll go ahead and do that right now on my my Notions. So Adia is an out of print memorabilia. It's not a super expensive one. I really love her, and my friend Rachel, who is Licking Floss on Instagram, she just restarted her, and her restart's looking so much better because she's just ghosting too much of my fabric. I don't remember what the call for was, but anyway, if I run into something like that where like I've made a decision about a whip that I hadn't just physically dealt with, because like this fabric is so pretty. This fabric needs to have something else on it, and she needs to be on something where you can see her. Okay. I feel better. Okay. Scissors, cable tie. All right, all that's left is the floss and the fabric. Or the fabric, and the pattern's in there because I don't have a working copy of that one either. Maybe I should make a pile of whips that have their patterns in them because I need to make working copies. Because I don't want to pull all of them out because then I won't be able to like if I go have like a day, like if I decide I want to stitch on her, it'd be nice if the pattern's there until a working copy is in my iPad. All right, I'm putting my project bags that are now empty over here. Okay. This is Pretty Pumpkins from Alforest Embroidery, and I'm just using the kit floss, not the kit floss, but the floss pack from Alforest, and there is nothing else in the bag. Because like what happens is I put a whip down, but I never know that I'm like, it's down, you know, like, okay. This kit has the fancy floss in it. But like I thought when last time I touched this, I thought I would like keep going and finish it. So like I just end up putting stuff down. But then sometimes you prep for whip parade, you don't always do all the right things. All right, so now it's fancy floss and the project. There we go. Now, this one's a doozy. This is Touching the Autumn Sky. This is going to be a focus for me for the rest of the year. So after the state fair stuff gets turned in. So I'm just going to leave it completely intact. Flosses, hoop, everything. And I want to leave it kind of smart and easier to get to. Oh, okay. So here's a project that I decided I want to restart, but I'm restarting it on the same fabric. So this is Boomerang Stitches Great White Shark. I saw a floss tuber recently do this in a variegated. It looks so good. I'm going to do it in a different color variegated, but similar concept. And so I want to restart it, but it does have its scan of 3865 in here, but it just looks like this. No, it'd be 5200. So I'm just going to leave that in there because next time I pick this up, I can deal with making sure that goes in the right place. Because I feel like if I just pulled it out now, it would just get thrown away as like a pile of white. Okay, this is Bold and Delicious. Not taking the needle minder out because it's perfectly themed to the project. But I do want to get this hoop out. I am going to work on this more later this year, but it doesn't need to be fully... You know what? I have enough plans on this one. I'm going to leave this one fully intact. Okay. So, those are bags that still have. Okay, so Touching the Autumn Sky. Let's see. Projects with DMC. Projects leaving DMC. Touching the Autumn Sky. So, Bold and Delicious does not have DMC. It's all fancy floss, so that's not a big deal. Oh, this is my kit up for Jane Wood for Maximum Cross Stitch. So that is fine. There's nothing in there but the fabric. Okay, this is two things. All right, this, get that princess to buy that bag. So this is a project I'm working on for my son and a project I'm working for my daughter. This is the color I want to redo Adia on, or similar. Okay, so I am doing both of these projects in, I think, oh, I do have bobbins in here that need to go back in. Okay. I thought I was doing both projects in like random silk, but apparently I'm not. And I'm doing the Unicorn's Garden in Stash Silk, and I'm doing Witch's Road, I think, in the cold for. Take the needle minders out. Okay, making progress, and yet there's so much to go. Sorry. Okay. Take out the needle minder. Okay. Okay. This is Sarah Spencer. This is Jen's Fiberweb's birthday start, and I'm gonna keep working on it in the spring. In March, I'm gonna pick it back up. And I did a silk stash conversion, so I don't need to get rid of the flosses, but I need to pull that hoop. Pull that hoop out. Okay. This is crazy. Okay, so the needle minder matches the project bag, and I like these scissors in this project bag. I can't explain it, but they belong together. Part of me was thinking I should take this to Midsummer Stitch this weekend. Not to Midsummer Stitch, but I'm to have it out for Midsummer Stitch, but I think I'm not going to. Even though, because Jet X Stitch is one of the designers and I love it. This is a piece by her, but since I'm not trying to finish it for the fair. Oh, this is Christmas Elegance. I've already kitted all of this stuff, so that's great. Couple more, and then I gotta get some different bags. Okay, so this is Go Tell It on the Mountain by Heartstring Sampling. I did a stash silk conversion. I am going to take out these Christmas scissors and needle minder because that will be nice to have for something else. And obviously all the stash silks are going to stay. Oof. And there's nothing. Oh, this is in here, but this is like where I'm holding the like extra floss. So even though I should have just put it back in the floss away bags, but now it's too late. That has to stay there. Okay. Oof. Summer in the Village. Beautiful hoop. All forest flosses, so those can stay. Fabric can stay. Got the scissors. Needle minder. Okay. So far I'm like, okay, I did a pretty good job when I was preparing for my whip parade, getting the DMC out. But I thought I was doing a good job with hoops, but I missed a bunch. Because it's hard for me to know. Like, I know I need to sell a lot of my metal hoops because I have a few metal hoops that were given to me by friends that I want to keep. But, like, I'm never stitching with my metal hoops because I have so many wooden ones. But then I go to pull with a wooden one out and they're not there. And it's because, like, you know, like, why was this princess hoop, like, not touched since last summer? That's crazy. So, we're making good progress. Let me stick this stuff in this bag, though, so that I have some space to work with. And the problem is also, like, scissors weren't super expensive to just buy new scissors, so I have done that. But I still don't need, like, if I'm honest with myself about what I'm working on, oh, these are going to go, there's some other fancy flosses in here that are going to go in my, like, cotton box. These were a present. They're so pretty. But I think I'm going to use these to kit up an elf forest that I was going to start this fall. Okay. This is a hello from Liz Matthews. That is kitted up in stash silk, but it doesn't need to host this many scissors and wonder clips and things. Like, when I get it back out, I can put stuff back in. Even though, like, I love when my scissors match my like, I love when all that stuff matches. But if I don't leave it in the bags, if I take it out of the bags every once in a while, then something that matches will be available. I have one more bag to check, and then I'll put these bags up, and I'll get out new ones. Okay, this is my chatelaine that I am restarting, and I want to leave this completely kitted up, but I just want to check. Yeah. Okay, the old chatelaines here, the new chatelaine fabric is in here. Okay, so this is like, if I pulled this off the shelf, I could go. All right, let's swap the bags out. I'm gonna put these back on the shelf and pull down the next. Okay, so next round of bags. This is my Wings of Spring Sal. By Pony Stitches on Instagram. It's by Pony Stitches on Instagram. Velvet Pony is the designer. I love this project. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the loose skeins in here because I did a conversion, but I'm gonna put my bobbins back in the bobbin box because they will be available, you know, today if I get this out and want to use this. But I don't know if these skeins will be, like, I don't know how soon I'll get these skeins done. And I'm gonna leave the hoop in and the scissors and stuff because I end up having to take it off the list of things I want to finish in the next 3 months, but I do want to work on it in the summer still. So I'm not gonna fully dekit it, but I do want to get these 5, 6 bobbins in my bobbin box because then they'll be available for that project, but they'll be available for any project. Okay. This is Candy by Whittier Stitches. I've already taken the DMC out. I'm going to go ahead and take the scissors out and the Wonder Clips. The needle minder matches the bag. And the beads stay in. Okay, so this is Turkey by Cottage Garden Samplings. I'm going to leave the fancy floss and the fabric in. I'm going to take out these scissors, needle minder, and Wonder Clip. Okay, sorry. This is Coffee and Eggs by the Artsy Housewife. I'm going to leave every single thing in here. I don't want to touch. It's all fancy floss except for like maybe 2 DMC, but every single thing in this bag I want in this bag. And this is my emotional support project that I never want to finish because I never want to be done with it. This is my collective black cat projects. Okay. It has the fancy floss and the finishing piece for the bell pull, but it doesn't need to have this. Okay. This one's going to sound crazy. I'm actually going to UFO this project. So this is my long dog sampler. I gave it a reprieve when I was doing my whip parade because I was like looking at it. I was like, I love it. But again, it is beautiful. I love this project bag though. I will be so happy to put something else in that. Okay, so in that project bag was this silk that I had bought to do a different long dog sampler, the Pilgrim. I may or may not ever do that one. But if I do decide to do it, I definitely don't need to hold on to the floss part because if I do decide to do it, it'll be a long time down the road. Okay. So, this is how much I have of this. And it's beautiful. You know, it's on antique white. I definitely used the rest of the fabric. And it is beautiful. And I could see, like, finishing the stitches on this, but I think actually I'm just going to fully finish it as a pillow, a little pillow, and not worry about even finishing the stitching. I don't want to put another stitch in it. I just, like, it's so pretty, And I never, ever, 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 ever want to work on it ever. And I don't want to have something on my WIP list that I absolutely never want to do. The floss is so pretty. I feel bad because it's medley. It's a Mo's Sales Silk. But, and I like can't think of, you know, like, will I do another project with this gut silk? I don't know. But I'm, you know, I don't ever, ever want to work on it. So I'm not going to keep it. So, I'm going to go in and I'm going to call it it's finished. It's finished. Okay, it's clandestine. I just like, you know, I started in October 2023. And the last time I stitched on it was January 2024. We're going to call it finished. I'm not going to enter it in the state fair because like, that's a little crazy. But I'm going to, like, because like this motif isn't even finished. I'll enter a lot of stuff in the state fair that's small, but I'm not going to enter this. But I'm just not, I don't want to stitch on it again. I'm going to leave this in my box, my fabric box. I will be so, this fabric will get so much better use. And that bag will get better use and I won't feel guilty about it. Okay, so once you take Adia and put her back as a restart and you put, take that long doff off, I'm at 71 whips. So it's not like I'm like gonna not have things to stitch on while I figure out what to do about Adia. Okay. This is like a collection of Christmas whips and finishes, etc. I'm actually going to put this in here because a lot of finishes are in here waiting to be fully finished. I will fully finish that soon. Okay, there's nothing in here though that needs to be dekitted. So, hooray. Someone asked me recently if they knew the pattern that my friend used to make this bag, and I don't know at all. But I can ask her, but she doesn't really log into Instagram much anymore. She's kind of doing her like more into board games and stitching. Alright, this is Summer Quaker. And I already dekitted this one because I'm using the DMCs for it, so I took all the DMCs out and they're great. Okay. Wait, this pile is for empty project bags. This is not an empty project bag. Okay. Alright. Ooh. Here, okay. This is Song of the People. This is another emotional support whip that I don't want to change a single thing about it. I'm not going to pull out that DMC. Well, okay. That's a lot of DMC. And a lot of it is used for shading. Like, so if you had slightly different colors, it wouldn't be a big deal. That's a lot of DMC. Okay, I'm going to take that out. I'm going to leave the hoop in it though. It has my favorite hoop in it. It's one that was signed like 1918 by the stitcher. Trade. I'm going to leave that hoop in. Okay. Alright, this is a Teresa Kogut that I'm going to do with the Sulky conversion that Miriam from Marumi Crafts, from Marumi Designs created. And I just want to make sure that's all that's in here. Take out that. Oh, it's a strawberry that Wicked Cat Stitch gave me, and I had it in this bag, so I didn't use it on any of my strawberry whips. But I have a strawberry whip out now that I'm going to take with me this weekend, so I can have that. Okay, so in this bag is just the Sulky Fancy Floss and the fabric. Okay. Now, this Wednesday Addams bag, I'm not going to take out my scissors because obviously she needs pure black scissors. This is the bag that I use for the Make It Murder sale that my sister and I host. But it doesn't need a Okay, it can keep its needle box, but it does not need it. Oh, Cinderella. Okay. Cinderella's gonna have to keep her flosses because there's, well, okay. I'm gonna let Cinderella keep her flosses. The way that some of the stuff in the border is, you would notice if there was an eyelot issue, and I don't have a way to know right now what flosses those are. Okay, she's just gonna keep everything. She has a Q snap. I don't pick her up that much often, but I do, when I pick her up, I kind of ease right back into her, and so I kind of like her having her stuff. Oh, okay, so this is Ghost Stories, but I am restarting this. I'm going to restart this on Mercury. I started on 14 count. I re-ate it. In the whip parade, I'd said like maybe I would like antique spray it or something, but I'm not going to like that either. I'm restarting this on a linen this fall. So this does not need to sit in this project bag because that, I already had put it as a restart on my Notions app, but I had not done it as a restart here. And I do want to save the rest of this to like dye, but I'm not going to even bother saving that amount of stitching. Okay. All right. Now, I already took her floss out. This is a Teresa Kogut. I already took the floss out, but I left this one skein because it is a vintage DMC where if you, of like this going in her like jacket, and you would 100% notice if the little girl's jacket just changed colors halfway through. And the only other thing that's in here is her fancy floss. Because I'm doing it all DMC. I think it's charted all DMC but one fancy floss. Okay, so that's the next batch of whips. I'm gonna keep this strawberry needle minder out. And when I tackle, I'm not going to tackle this bag of stuff today, but when I do tackle it pretty soon, it will be nice to be able to just put all this stuff back so that it's all available to kit with. Okay, I'm going to get my next, I don't know how many more rounds. We have 1 or 2 more rounds of whip bags. I'm going to go get the next one. Let's keep going. All right, this was the Herbalist Sal. I took out the DMC. I'm going to leave the fancy flaw. I'm going to take out the other pieces. I know I will finish this one day, but I don't have plans to finish it like in the next 6 months. Alright, this is the bag I keep all my Mill Hill kits in, so I should just de-kit the entire thing. Let's see. I have Mill Hill kits. For someone who doesn't like Mill Hill kits, I really do have more than I should. I have 5 unopened ones and 1 that I'm working on that I need to restart. I have the linen to restart it on. I think it'll be really pretty on this color, but I have not done that. But there is nothing else in this bag. Okay, actually maybe. So this is an ornament cut of fabric that I bought to do, I think this one on. But, because I don't do them on the appropriate paper. Yeah, I'll go ahead and leave it. Even though, like, yes, there might be something else that would come up that I want this cut for. It is, like, a perfect ornament cut. Because the silver needle, you can buy specific ornament cuts. Okay, so, Mill Hill kits don't have anything extra in them. That's good to know. Okay. You know, I really... Okay, I'm going to leave the DMC on this project in this bag because this is how I have it. And I don't know if I take this away from this project, if I could figure out what colors these are. Yeah, I mean, I like this project. I'm just going to leave this alone. Like, why didn't I put the DMC on this and not mark it? It's fine. I'm just, okay, that's fine. I don't even know what colors those are, so I'm not even going to mark those colors exist somewhere. Okay, this is Pretty Pumpkins. No. Is it? No, this is October Quaker Tree that I'm doing. I started this with Kansas City Citrus Samantha last year, and oh, this is a weird opportunity for me to kit something during this video, not de-kit it. Okay, so ooh, I'm fading. Jackie, who is Scrappin' Jacks, sent me the other skein that I need to finish this project, and this is one of my goals to finish this year. So that is amazing. Okay, so yay. Okay, because I've been keeping it in that box on my desk thinking like one day I'll pull it out and I'll know exactly where that floss is, but that's crazy. All right, so this project is a 40 count sampler. I'm not going to, I don't have that much on it, but and I don't really stitch on 40 count anymore. And I don't have that much on it, but I am going to go ahead. I'm not going to frog it because this might be the like only 40 count sampler I ever choose to finish. It's on Lakeside Linen. It's wonderful. And the needle minder should stay in the case. And so should the needle, because this is a size 28 needle and I mostly use size 26s. So I'm going to take out the scissors and I'm going to de-kit these floss drops of DMC because there's nothing in that piece other than this border. And if something happened with the dial on the border, I would just leave it. It would be fine. Okay, so that is that. Oh, okay. This is Hawthorne Hollow. But this is, okay, this is the fabric that I bought to restart Hawthorne Hollow on and then decided I'm doing Village of Hawthorne Hollow. Then I decided I'm not going to restart it on this because even though this is the called for, it's 28 count, so it's huge. And I would rather split this up over multiple other projects than have one thing that's that big. I'm going to take out this fabric and I'm going to take out the DMC. I only bought the DMC for the first block anyway, but I'm going to fully restart this on New Year's Day, and I don't need, by the time I restart this, my master set will be done, and other than the border color, which you would know starting out if you had enough to do the border color, other than the border color, I don't think it's a situation where I'm going to care if there's like small dye lot changes like between blocks. There's small like called for color differences between blocks anyway. So that was so much DMC. All right, let's do, oh, this is great. Okay, so these are silks that I was using for the Secret Sal, where I called that piece done. I don't know if I could tell you the names of the silks like when I go to dekit them, but I would have it in a video or something. So that means this project bag is reclaimed and all the stuff for this project is reclaimed. Because like these silks were so pretty. And they had to be saved for that project, but I'm not finishing that project. I'm calling it done and I'm gonna do it the way that it is. Okay, this is 12 Days of Christmas, and there shouldn't be anything in here special except beads. I think I did this. Yeah. So I have the beads for the stocking, but I already took the floss out. Okay. This is Poisonous Plants by the Witchy Stitcher. I took the flosses out already, but I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave the scissors and needle minder because they're just like perfectly themed to it, and I'm gonna get this out in September because this is a murderous whip, so it's gonna go on my murder wall with my Make It Murder pieces. All right, this is Santa's House by Cottage Garden Samplings. The only thing it has in here is its fancy floss. Now I do have this piece of red linen saved to do Polar Plunge by These 20 Stitches on it. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it in this bag. I feel like it being in here, I know what it is and where it is in my brain instead of putting it back in my box. Okay, this is ornament cuts that I'm doing the Alforest embroidery winter bird series on. I have 4 of them done. I want to go back and do the other 4, but not this year. And then it's like other ornament cuts of this like pretty, which is Garden Crafts Lugana. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that fabric in there because that's kind of kitted up ornament stuff that I know. This is Postal Cola by Silver Creek Samplings. Silver Creek, you know. Okay, here are its fancy flosses. But I decided I'm going to redo a different one for one of them that I put in here already. And then these DMC don't need to be in here. Get that DMC out, get the needle minder out. The needle minder is not like themed to the project or the bag. It's just a needle minder that I made that I liked. Okay, I'm gonna redo the words in this color. Put that on there. And yeah, okay, we're good. The DMC will be ready when it's, okay, this is supposed to be empty project bags. Or fabric. I added fabric. Like, things that are fully done. Okay. This is my Beatles, Blackbird Beatles kit. So it has Blackbird and it has Strawberry Fields Forever. The scissors. Oh, actually, I'm going to put, this is stupid, but I'm going to strap this strap. I'm going to swap this. I need to leave the needle in. Okay. I'm going to swap the strawberry needle minder that I have to go in the strawberry bag with the strawberry Fields Forever whip. And there's no DMC on these. And this is like, these are all the called for in Yellow Submarine, Strawberry Fields Forever, and Blackbird. So I kind of just have a ring going to Blackbird colors. And then this is the Christmas Bell Sampler by Heartstring Sampler. There really shouldn't be anything in here that should go. Yeah, it's all fancy floss. Oh, actually, no. Okay. It's all fancy floss, so it's all Gloria. I'm doing it in the Gloriana. I probably need to get more, but I have like alerts set on all the colors in it. Because I didn't really comprehend how much bigger my 28 count would be one than the called for, but there's two things in here that don't need to be in here. This C318 DMC Etoile, I am not doing the bells in this. I'm going to do them in a different silver silk. And then this is a needlepoint silk that I bought to replace one of the Glorianas when the Gloriana wasn't available, but then I got the Gloriana. So I should have this somewhere because it would be a shame not to use this in something. All right. Oh, no. No, we're not close. Okay. This is Within a Dream by the Artsy Housewife. I have the fancy floss. There's a small DMC pack, but I lost this one time and it was devastating. Okay. I'm gonna take the DMC out except for the loose skein. Because these two bobbins are gonna go in my bobbin box. This is gonna go on the floss drops. So they'll be available to me, but I don't 100% know about the loose skein. So I will leave the loose skein. I'm gonna leave this fully kitted. This is the piece I'm doing in memory of my dog Lucy. And I do pull, I need to be able to emotionally pull it out whenever I want and work on it whenever I want. Okay. This is Stitch for Pride. Now this is Stitch for Pride 2025. I'm going to leave this fully kitted, but I replaced the fabric that I'm doing it with. And I called this, I'm just going to make this a pillow. I feel like I gotta leave this fabric in here until I get the new fabric in, because I feel like if I pull this out, I won't know where it is to fully finish it, because I don't have my Christmas bag out anymore, and that is the place I put random finishes. So I'm gonna leave that until the new fabric is in there and I'll know where it is. Okay, this is a big L-Force kit. And, well, I ordered the needle minder and the floss. I didn't order the fabric. So I'm leaving the needle minder because this goes with the project. These are Alforus flosses. So even though it's annoying that if they're on these floss straps for now, I'm going to leave it. And there's nothing else in this bag. Awesome. Awesome. This is Huckleberry Farm. Take the hoop out. Take the fabric thing out. Okay, this is another one where the pattern is in it, so I need to put it with the other ones. Here's the fancy floss. And yeah, I'm going to take out the cables and stuff. Okay, I'm not going to get to work on this for a while. So, but I want to leave the pattern in there until that is done. So my battery died, and as much as I would love to change batteries and just keep going, I actually have to go do other things, get this video up, and then do other things. So if you made it to the end of this video, leave a pair of scissors emoji, because I can't believe how many pair of scissors we found. This much DMC, floss, scissors, needle minders, etc., little needle tins, etc., have been reclaimed for other projects. Plus we pulled out 5 or 6 hoops that I will now be available. So I feel good about the state of this project and getting, there's a lot of steps between now and the end, but I feel like I will make it, like steady progress, I will make it. If you made it to did I say that? If you made it to the end of this video, leave a pair of scissors emoji. And other than that, if I see you at Midsummer Stitch, awesome. Members, we canceled the membership Zoom Stitch Together because of Midsummer Stitch and me having to go to Kansas City. So, so next weekend we will do a 2-hour Stitch Together to make up for it. And then everyone, I will see you on Monday night for a Flosstube episode. Okay, bye.